So I wake up here this morning to the news of R-Truth being released by WWE. R-Truth literally has been in this company for the better part of 17 years. So to my knowledge, him being released was never sort of a question in my mind, especially considering the fact that R-Truth was literally as recently as 2 weeks ago involved in that match against John Cena at Saturday Night's Main Event. But today there was a post by R-Truth on Twitter where he essentially put out a tweet saying that he was being released by WWE. Now afterwards it was confirmed that R-Truth, he isn't being released, so to speak, but he was kind of given notice that when his contract expires, his contract will not be renewed going further. And it kind of really just makes you, I guess, think about really what's going on in that company as of late, because somebody like R-Truth, somebody who you would have thought would have been there for life, right? A WWE lifer. You kind of would have figured, this guy, he probably isn't going to get released. He's probably safe. He's probably, safe as far as not being on the chopping block. So the fact that R-Truth now is being released by WWE really kind of puts everything into perspective, because this company as of late, it's like 1 minute you could be featured on the main event side of things as far as the television program goes, and then the next minute you could be released. So this company, I don't really know what the whole deal is with R-Truth being released, unless it was like a thing by his part where he, kind of looked at himself and said, you know what, I don't think I can do this at my typical level. I don't think my body's capable of it. Or unless it was just a TKO call where they just, I don't know. I really don't know what the deal was here. Maybe they kind of figured, R-Truth, he's getting up there in age, and they got so many younger guys, they don't want to waste time on somebody like an R-Truth. But it's like R-Truth isn't like, he isn't in the title picture. He isn't considered, I guess, a serious wrestler. He's considered a comedy wrestler, and that's really what he does best. So I don't know what the whole, why they would feel threatened by that. And I guess it kind of added to the whole Cena R-Truth match now, because R-Truth is gone, Cena's going to be gone eventually. So it's like, it's kind of like a fever dream if you really think about it in 2025. But yeah, I've heard backstage that the morale by a lot of the people backstage is kind of dwindling, as far as, R-Truth, he was like super massively loved in that company by everybody, virtually everybody, by the company, by the wrestlers, by the fans, by everybody. So it's kind of like a blow definitely to morale. I don't know as far as what happens with R-Truth. I don't know whether or not he goes to a TNA or something, or whether or not he focuses on another endeavor, or if he just decides to call it quits and retires and spends time with his family. I don't know, but it kind of sucks really, because this kind of just came out of nowhere, and it's like, it's really unfortunate when you think about it. And R-Truth, he was like an OG legend there in WWE. He was one of the OGs at this point that went back, I would say 20 plus years, because R-Truth, I think, started in 1999, came back in around 2008, and kind of started his whole R-Truth run then. So it really just sucks when you think about it. But I guess, let me know what you guys think down below as far as your I guess your thoughts on this R-Truth release, because it really sucks. But let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know your thoughts and your reactions, and until next time, I will see all of you on the next one.